I think what has been most moving for me, and the reason it feels significant to me, this work, is the relationship between the everyday volunteer and giver on the one hand, and a really resilient society on the other, and a functioning democracy on the other. And so no longer is it about, did this NGO get this grant or this number of volunteers. It's much more about, is our society benefited from current trends?
The connective part of businesses and employees and culture, our society, everyday givers and volunteers. Businesses and employees represent a very large pool of volunteers and everyday givers. Most of the giving in the U.S., which is over $500 billion a year, are from everyday givers. From average gifts of $50 or $75 to, an institution that they became affiliated with. It's most of the market. And so this commission and this study, puts a highlight on that part of the social space. And the fact that it's been reducing, although total donations have been going up, more from the kind of uber wealthy, the everyday giver has been reducing. And so we've really done a deep dive on why that's happening, why it's important. This environment is one interconnected operating system, and we think about it as separate slices. So we think about the nonprofit sector, but then we think about and we separate out the religious part of that, or the performing arts part, or the K-12 school part, or family foundations versus hospital foundations versus university foundations, a lot of sectors. But we don't include in there businesses. I mean, who are the everyday givers and volunteers? A lot of them are employees of businesses, but we keep it separate. And this report, and I think all of this work and this dialogue in the last couple of years, shows that it's one interconnected system. And it's healthy or it's not, based on all the connected parts. Businesses aren't separate from this.
And what we learned in this process is the degree to which each sector has a role to play in encouraging giving. So you want policy that signals the importance, that allows people to itemize their donations, signaling the importance to our society of their giving and their volunteering. But also most people have their first experience with giving and volunteering on the workplace. That's where most folks learn about that practice and become enthusiastic about it. They take it through the rest of their lives. I remember my first job being really surprised to find out that my employers would match my donations. They were A, encouraging those donations, and B, making them more attractive and more impactful. And I'm not sure that the average person, even the person who's been through that process, remembers that, oh, that's where it started for me.